Hey, Tristan, I hope you're doing well.
You as well.
Hey, I just want to check with you and just see where, just you're 7 games in now, just where you feel the biggest jump in terms of your comfort level, what feels natural for you as an offensive lineman, having done this for 2 months now.
I hate to sound like super broad, but everything really. Like the more you're doing everything, your sets, where your weight should be, in your steps, get more comfortable with the playbook. But yeah, it's a little bit of everything, really. 7 games in now, just trying to settle in.
Not that you guys go up against each other, but the Giants have another rookie first-round offensive lineman in Andrew Thomas. We're just curious if you guys had much interaction in the draft process, whether you've met him, whether you know him at all.
Yeah, I think at the combine was the most we talked, and I think our junior year we just comment on each other's Instagram posts, but that was pretty much the extent of it. But yeah, it was awesome to get to meet him at the combine. Met a lot of people at the combine, but right. Andrew, Jedrick Wills, Mekhi Becton, just those guys, just getting to talk to him was really awesome.
All right. Thanks, Tristan.
Question will come from Jenna Lee.
Hey, Tristan, along those lines, you were thrown into the fire very early on in training camp, going up against Shaq Barrett daily. Then in week 1, who you had to face with the New Orleans Saints, going up against Cam Jordan. What are some of the learning lessons that you've taken with you as you near the halfway point of your first season?
Yeah, I think each person I've gone against, kind of helps me with a different thing. There's different things I got to get ready for, moves that they show me that, when I was going against Shaq in camp, there was stuff that I'd never seen before. So just, remembering those things and then, when you watch the tape, like, oh, what you do differently, in that scenario. But, it's been cool, just learning as I go every game. But it's been pretty fun.
When you would have those moments in camp when Shaq showed you something that you hadn't seen before, because he does have a lot of moves and a lot of counter moves too. Would you guys then go over, would he explain to you kind of his approach to it so you would know better? And are you able to elaborate on which move he might have put on you that made you go, oh my gosh, what is this?
Yeah, I guess he would just, I don't know if we'd have a big discussion about it, but he would just say, you were leaning a little bit or something like that. But I think he hit me with a fake long arm to dip and rip. And it's like, I went to punch and then he was just gone. Cause he came with a long arm and then faked it and dipped underneath and I punched and he was just gone. He's underneath me. I was like, oh boy. So that was kind of funny. Just watching it back on film, you could see the panic in my body language when I realized he was behind me already.
Thank you so much.
Next question will come from Joey Knight.
Tristan, along those very similar lines, you struggled a little bit against Khalil Mack, but who doesn't? What did you learn from that game?
So with him, it's pretty cool because he's, he can give you power, and at the same time he's shifty. So he, when he puts those two, together, it's tough, but it's cool being able to, be like, oh yeah, I went against Khalil Mack. It was, he's pretty good. That's what all my buddies said. They just sent me a text or something after the game, and they're like, yeah, he's all right. But just getting to see that and go against him was really cool. Honestly, it's like I said, everything's a learning experience. Getting to see the moves that he gave me and stuff that I did and can do differently, for next time. But it's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Next question will come from Matt Matera.
Hey, Tristan. Kyle Goodwin said yesterday that the Bucs hit the lotto when they were able to draft you in the first round. What does that mean to you hearing such high praise from your coach?
It's pretty cool to hear that. I don't want to get like a big head or anything, but I just try and come and do my job every day. So I feel like I think I was in college, and Coach Doyle told us a story about Marshall Yanda, and he said he found himself kind of reading in too much to I won't use the profanity, but people hyping him up and everything. He got a little too sucked into that. So it's nice to hear. I still just gotta keep grinding.
And then on a similar note, we spoke to Donovan Smith as well, and he just talked about that you guys have discussions about playing tackle in the NFL, and he said that he looks at you as like a little brother. How's the discussion been with him, and how much has he helped you, grow along here in your first year in the NFL?
Oh yeah, quite a bit. Because we'll come off the, after a set of plays, and there'll be one. He'll come over and ask me. He's like, what'd you get on this one, or we'll be watching film after practice, and I'll see him laughing over there. It's something that I did, but just little technique things, stuff that's worked for him, that I can try, or if stuff that hasn't worked for him that I should probably stay away from. But yeah, I think I said it earlier in camp. He's kind of been like a big brother, so it's it's pretty cool to hear that too.
Thanks, Tristan.
We'll go back to Annalee.
Hey, Tristan, back to what we were talking about a little bit there with Shaq Barrett, and you had mentioned, I think you said he put a dip and rip on you, and he was just gone. What did you learn that you needed to do to be able to stop that, or what did you learn that you needed to do differently so that you would be better prepared for the next time he tried to pull one of those on you?
Well, I think for that move, specifically, you just got to know if somebody has it and if they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
In all honesty, I don't think there's a whole lot you can do against it, but you can. Once they start to rip around the edge, you can punch their back shoulder and just try and run them past the quarterback. I think that's about it. You just got to know they have it and be ready for it.